Hello there, YouTube. My name is Jacob, and as always, here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an addition onto the video I made previously on the channel about the Mercedes AMG S63 Coupe that is currently the PC Cup car. On higher settings, I have discovered a little bit of a different setup, a little bit of a different tune, or drive pattern, shift pattern, if you will, to squeeze a little bit more performance out of the car. I'm also noticing that on a higher amount of fusions, this car tends to drop down, and this is something you see commonly in CSR2. When you put more fusions in a car, the amount that it can beat dyno drops. It's just the way that it is for whatever reason. Other cars, on the other hand, they get more fusions in them and they explode. So it's just a phenomenon. It's something I found, and I wanted to make sure that I covered it here on the channel so that there's no discrepancies about that car. If you enjoy this video, if this video helps you even more to be able to win that PC Cup car, get the RP from the PC Cup, not win the PC Cup car, but use the RP for your crew, please let me know. Please consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that bell icon, switching those notifications to all so you never miss a video. Make sure you leave the like on this video if it helps you out in any way, shape, or form, and anything you want to see. As always, in the comment section, leave it down below, but please keep it respectful. Without further ado, we're going to get right on to it. So, here we go. Here is my Mercedes AMG S63 Coupe. Now, it has, as you're about to see here, a lot more Stage 6 parts. I'm only missing turbo and nitrous and transmission. Only 3 missing in this car. The body, Stage 6, is supposed to be the most important, yet I have not been able to get this car to be able to beat the PC Cup. Why that is, I honestly do not know. It must be that I don't have enough fusions. But anyway, regardless, as you can see, the dyno here is a 9.748 as opposed to the previous video was about a 10.838. The nitrous remains the same. The transmission is probably turned a little bit further back. And the tires, then, are also in the same setting. The difference becomes how you drive this car. Without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it, show you what I have discovered, what I've learned, what I've found makes this car go faster. So here we go. I don't think I got a perfect run there. One of the things I'm finding that's rather peculiar, see, in the previous run, I did a 9.598. On this run, I did a 9.605. For whatever reason, on these settings, with the dyno being what it is, the tune being what it is, the Stage 6 parts being what it is preferring a good start as opposed to a perfect start. Why that is, it is beyond me. And then the other key is that you get into that second gear as fast as you can. It's quite difficult to do, but when you get it right, you'll see a little bit of an improvement. So that time, let's see what we ran. I think because of that perfect shift, that messed us up there. That can happen. You got to make sure that you stay away from those. I shifted a little bit too early on that one. Trying to anticipate it. But still, we ran a little. We're still running relatively the same times with this setting. Oh, looks like I hit the wrong button completely. I'm sorry about that, my bad. I have another video that is going to be coming out later this evening and that I'm very excited about. So if you are looking forward to that, I'm keeping it a surprise. Please stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be quite an exciting little video, especially for a lot of more experienced players, shall we say, they're going to be able to handle that video a lot better than a less experienced player, just simply because of having the parts and the things like that. So you'll see that in a second when that video comes out shortly after this one. Yeah. I am not driving this car properly. I'm not getting that shift immediately into the second like I'm supposed to. So let me try again. And I had the perfect shift again. Still, that should be a better run. Yeah, 9.606. So as you saw, when I don't get that perfect shift there, this car will run a 9.596, which is far better off than what I was running. And actually, you know what, really quickly, let me do the shift pattern that I was using on the other car, just as a comparison. Well, I didn't get a perfect shift that time, but anyway, it is what it is. This is not one of my personal favorite cars. Being a Ferrari person, it's just not in my best interest. I'm not really particular on this car. Not fond of this car. If I was driving a Ferrari, I'd probably drive it infinitely better, but I'm going to try to do my best for you watching at home. So that is basically what the shift pattern was for the other video that I did on a little bit less stage 6 parts. And as you can see, 9.611 as opposed to being able to do the 9.596. Now obviously it's not a 2/10 dyno beat, so it's not exactly what we want, but it is what it is. You also notice that I'm not going all the way to redline on that one there. I'm finding that depending upon how I shift the car, sometimes it likes it all the way down and sometimes it doesn't. It is really weird car to drive. Another thing that I'm noticing that's rather interesting is that that fourth gear likes to be at 7,000 RPM and not even get remotely close to the perfect shift. So that's something I've also noticed. Yeah, right there I did a 7,000 RPM shift as opposed to the later shift. I messed up the start. I'm going to do one more run, but you saw in the beginning there when I was really hitting it perfectly, I was getting, relatively speaking, the same time each time. So yeah, obviously not quite getting there, but because I'm not getting that shift into first and second gear as fast as I could. But the main point was that sometimes if you have certain parts on this car, it likes to drive completely differently, which is just rather interesting, I find. So here is the stage 3 and then stage 2 nitrous setup that I showcased before. .826 on 11.964. Yeah, that's not the run that we want. So we're going to try again. nitrous in 5th seems to be on these settings the way to really get that maximum performance, but I must have done something very much so wrong, because despite fixing that error, the car just did not want to give me the performance that time. I did nitrous in 4th gear to see if that changes anything. Alright, so 11.801 on 11.964. That is not even remotely close to what we were doing before. However, what we were doing before is we were taking this car somewhere way down here. So now I'm going to demonstrate that on these settings. Now this car can do it because it has way more fusions, but basically you want to make sure you have 1,000 Evo. Now let's see what we ran here. 12.084 on a 12.319. So, not perfect, but that is more of what you're looking at when you have more fusions installed in this car. Unfortunately, this is one of those few cars that when you have more fusions installed, it runs less strong as far as beating Dyno, but it's still overall a relatively good live racing car, considering the fact that you have over 1,000 Evo on a very low amount of parts. This car has a lot of fusions in it. It has every single green fusion in it, but nonetheless, that is going to do it for today's video, where I basically just gave a little bit of an overview of there are multiple different ways that you can drive this car. There's no one specific way to drive it. It's a rather funky car. It is what it is. So if you did enjoy this video, if this tune helped you out more, if this specific way of driving the car was better for you, specifically on the parts that you have, please consider leaving a like on this video. That really helps me out, that helps the channel out, helps it grow and get out there. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I appreciate all of those that have subscribed or liked any of my videos in the past. Your support is greatly appreciated. And then if there's anything you want to see or any comments that you have, leave it down in the comments section below. But as always, please keep it respectful. That's going to do it for this video. Again, I have another video coming up later this evening, so please stay tuned for that if you are excited to see what it is that I'm making a big surprise about. I'm very excited to showcase it here on the channel. That's going to do it. Again, as always, my name is Jacob, and here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. Thank you very much for watching. You all have a blessed day.